Hello and welcome. My name is Ponjul Zwalda and I am your geography teacher. Today we're looking at how heights and altitudes are represented on orthophoto maps. So let's get into the lesson. There are four ways by which altitudes and heights are represented on orthophoto maps. By the way, I would need you to take note that I will be using the word altitude with height interchangeably. So this word height is the same thing as altitude in geography. So when you hear me say altitude, it is the same thing as height. So we're looking at how height or altitude is represented on orthophoto maps. There are four ways, I said. The first is by the use of spot heights. The next is by the trigonometrical stations, and we've got an example on the orthophoto map in the presentation today, and just there is a trigonometrical station. We will talk about that later. And then heights are also indicated by the use of benchmarks, and the one we will focus on today is contour lines. Remember, I told you that orthophoto maps are vertical aerial photographs that have contour lines superimposed on them. So we're going to see how to read contour lines and how to understand them on orthophoto maps. So contour lines are the major instrument by which we show or indicate height on an orthophoto map. All right. And remember that the heights that are indicated by contour lines are in meters above sea level, right? So if you look at an orthophoto map such as this, you will see that this contour line is labeled 40. It is indicated 40. That means that all the areas on which this contour line runs through are 40 meters above sea level. Above sea level to there, it's 40 meters, okay? And the next contour line to it is 45. That means this area, all the areas that this line runs through are 45 meters above sea level. Okay, remember they're in meters above sea level. All right, so take note also that on an orthophoto map, you would have different contour lines with different numbers. Of course, they can be increasing in that direction or decreasing in that direction, whatever the case may be. But in this case, you can see that they are increasing. What is important to establish is the difference, the constant difference between one contour line and the next, okay? In this case, you can see that this contour line is 40, the next one is 45. That means the interval between them is 5. That interval between contour lines is referred to as contour interval, and this information is important and it is always provided on every orthophoto map, okay? So contour intervals tell you what 10 or 5 contour lines from the contour line that you have labeled would be. All right, that's important. So not all contour lines are labeled on an orthophoto map. Take note of that. In all maps, not all contour lines will be labeled with their height. Okay, so you might have this contour line labeled as 40, that 45, that 50, 55. Of course, our contour interval is 5 meters above sea level. But look here, can you see this thick contour line here? It is not labeled. So you only need to know what the contour interval of that map is to be able to tell what this height will be. Okay, the height of this contour line, what it will be. In this case, we can easily see that this will be 65, that will be 70, 75, and the height above sea level around or through this contour line will be 80. Am I correct? Yes, that will be 80. So that is 80 meters above sea level. So contour interval is what helps you to determine that. Right. So I have just explained what contour intervals are. We will talk about how to identify a place as either high or low on an orthophoto map. And that comes from the contour lines as well. So if going that way, you want to know whether a landform or an area or the relief is higher up, if it goes high up, or it is getting into a depression, meaning it is going low. How do you know? You know by the numbering of the contour lines. If the numbers are increasing in that direction, it only means that that is a land, or that land is increasing in height as you go up this way. It's increasing in height, okay? But if as you were going up that way, the number was going down or decreasing, then it will tell you that this is a depression and the land here is going down. All right. So on this map, you should be able to identify or be able to read the terrain of that map by just looking at the numbering of your contour lines. So if you go this way, you can tell that you're going towards the sea, towards the ocean. And of course, common sense tells you that that should be going down. You can see that from the contour intervals, because this will be 35, 30, 25, and so on and so forth, okay, till you get to 0 meters above sea level. And 0 meters above sea level is what we refer to as sea level, okay. So the next thing to talk about is the closeness of contour lines. Take note of this, that this gives you an understanding, an indication of what the relief of the place covered by the orthophoto map is like, okay. So looking at the contour lines here, around here, or let's start here. Look at these contour lines and compare those contour lines, the closeness of those contour lines, to the closeness of the contour lines around this point here. You will realize, or you agree with me, that the contour lines here are very close together. They're very closely spaced. And when contour lines are close together like that, it indicates that that terrain is very steep in height. Okay, that as you go up, the height is very steep, meaning it is inclined at very steep angles, okay. So if you're climbing up that way, it means that it is not going to be easy to climb up that height, okay. That is how we indicate that with contour lines, when the contour lines are very close together. But compare that to this area where you have very loosely spaced contour lines. That tells you that the terrain is very flat or quite flat, okay? And that is indicated by well spaced out contours. So the land here is well spaced out and leveled almost, and that explains why you even have buildings and residential areas, people living around those areas, because they are flat. You can see that there are houses and there are homes there. Now it is because of the relief and the terrain of the place that it is level enough for people to build houses on, and that is indicated by the closeness or the far spacing of contour lines. So we would leave it there for today, and I will see you next time when we explore our world one lesson at a time. Cheers. Bye-bye.